All right, hi guys, my name is Danny D, and this will be my first lesson. This lesson is going to be all about the basics of music notation. All right, so I'm going to share with you something real quick. Okay, so what we have up here is just the musical staff, right? So we've got these 5 lines, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got actually 2 sets of 5 lines. We've got a treble clef and a bass clef. Now, you've probably seen both of these symbols before. Maybe this one is a little bit more popular than the bass clef. They're pretty much just um, symbols that mark where the specific notes are on the specific lines. So let's go through kind of which lines are which right now. So as you can see, I've kind of already given you the notes. So you could just use this as a cheat sheet if you wanted to, but there's a way better way of memorizing where the notes are actually. If you see, we've got notes on the lines and notes that are in between the lines or in the spaces, right? And that goes for both the treble clef and for the bass clef. But if you notice, the letters are a little bit different, right? We've got E, G, B, D, and F on the treble clef in the lines, and then F, A, C, E. So I guess we'll start right with the treble clef, right? So we'll start with the lines first. And so I always say a little mnemonic device that kind of helps you memorize which note is on which line, and that is every good burger deserves fries, right? Because when you eat a burger, it's always nice to have some crisp, crunchy fries, maybe dip it in some ketchup with it, right? Burgers are always just complemented by fries, right? So every good burger deserves fries, and that'll tell you from the bottom to the top, E, G, B, D, F, because it's the first letter of each of those words. So that's the mnemonic device for the lines on the treble clef. Now spaces, if you can see, this is F-A-C-E. What does it spell? Face. So just remember for treble clef, every good burger deserves fries, and faces are spaces. All right, now let's go down to the bass clef. With bass clef, we've got G, B, D, F, A on the lines. And so I use a different mnemonic device for this, right? So this is going to be good burritos don't fall apart, right? Have you ever been to like a burrito place and you're about to eat the burrito and then it just falls all onto your plate, and that is so annoying, and that has definitely happened to me. But good burritos won't do that. If you get some Capital Tacos, you get some Tijuana Flats in your life, and it's not going to fall apart. So good burritos don't fall apart. So that is what you will use to remember G, B, D, F, A are the notes on the lines for bass clef. So just remember, we've got every good burger deserves fries, and good burritos don't fall apart. Every good burger deserves fries is for treble clef. Good burritos don't fall apart is for bass clef. Now, depending on what instrument you're learning, the only instrument where you'll have to probably learn both is going to be piano, mostly. There might be some others, but the only one that I play that uses both treble and bass clef is piano. Most instruments, I'd say, are going to use the treble clef. That's your guitar, saxophone. Pretty much most instruments use the treble clef. A lot of the lower sounding instruments like tuba, bass, any type of those bass kind of instruments are going to use a bass clef. Shocker, right? And now we've got the spaces, right? We've got A, C, E, G. Now you could just spell ACE, G, or all cows eat grass, right? Because all cows really do eat grass. So good burritos don't fall apart. All cows eat grass. Faces are spaces. Every good burrito deserves fries. Now, I just click out all this work here that I've done. We're going to talk about some different rhythmic signs because there's a lot of different notes that you could play. This is just like what note you're playing, but there are different types. Hold on here, it's going to take just a little bit. All right, so there are different notes that you could play, right, that determine time, right? So we could hold a note out for 1 beat, we could hold it out for 4 beats, we could hold it out for 8 beats, and we're going to go over all that right now as well. So kind of this kind of rhythm that I did right there. Hold on, let me get that a little bit better. Boom, right there. Just looks like a circle with no stem. That's called a whole note. That'll hold for 4 beats, right? And a lot of times there's going to be only 4 beats in your measure. Measures are little breaking points that separate rhythms throughout the song. And especially if we are in 4/4 time. Just going to draw that up here real quick. 4, 4. Boom. 4/4 means you get 4 beats and the quarter note gets the beat. So we've got a whole note there in our first measure. Now we've got 4 whole beats to fill up in the second measure here. So next thing I'm going to teach you is the half note. Boom. So we're going to put 2 half notes here. A half note is equivalent to half of a measure in 4/4, which is 2 beats. So a half of a measure, or a half note is going to be equal to 2 quarter notes, or 2 beats each, right? So now we've got 2 beats here, 2 beats there. Boom, we got another measure. Now, the next measure here, we're going to put 4 little notes in here, and these are called quarter notes. Give them stems real quick. Quarter notes have stems, just like the half notes. Quarter notes and half notes look identical to each other, besides the fact that half notes are not filled in and quarter notes are. So quarter note gets 1 beat. So here we've got 4 quarter notes. We've got a whole note, which is just 1 note that you hold out for 4 beats long. You've got 2 half notes, and you hold each half note out for 2 beats. And then you've got quarter notes, which are 1 beat each. And then we've got kind of one more musical element that I'm going to go over in this video here. And this is called dotted notes. Sorry that my notes are not proportionate here, but if you can see, this first note here, it's a half note and there's a dot by it. Now what the dot does in music is it adds half of the value of the note, right? So if we have a half note, which is 2 beats, and you take half of that, which is 1 beat, now you have a note that is a dotted half note, which is 3 beats long, and then you have just a regular quarter note, which is beat 4, right? So if we were clapping this rhythm, and it would be 1, 2, ready, go, whole note, 2, 3, 4, half note, quarter, 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 dotted half, 3, 4. And that would be our rhythm for that. So if you combine the rhythm side with the notes that we learned before, then you can learn how to read music pretty well. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.